All callers are muted and they can unmute themselves. This conference is being recorded.
Okay, welcome to our Super Saturday training. I want to thank everybody for jumping on this early Saturday morning. I don't know about you, but if you're anywhere in the southern region, we've had lots of rain. So this is one of the first days I think I've seen the sunshine in 4 days. So it's been kind of exciting. I want to welcome everybody. My name is Leigh Barnes, and I'm excited because social media is one of those things we talk about a lot, but you never really get to learn how to do it. And we're going to teach you some techniques this morning that if you're brand new or you've been in a while, you need to refresh. You need to learn a little bit more and catch back up. So with that, what I'm going to do, I believe I heard Al on the phone. I'm not sure all the other leaders that are on, but if you'll do me a favor, in the top of your green bar, it's breaking up. Okay, let's try this. Let's see. Is that better? Can you hear me a little bit better? Okay. Trying to make sure y'all can hear me. Oh, perfect. Much better. Could be my nasty voice this morning, so we'll see. Okay, great. You can hear me. So the deal is this, and we also are trying more and more to where y'all can do this from your computer and listen and actually just turn your computer on and do it through the computer. That's the reason why I'm going through 2 different services right now. Eventually we'll switch to just one, but we had struggled at the beginning to do this because there was a huge echo. So now we're using phone and we're using the computer. So for people that are traveling, a lot of times I'll have people go, well, I can't do much, but I can listen to the replay. This is how we're trying to share more. So here we go. We're going to talk about social media. My big thing on social media is the fact that it's really, really basic. The thing of it is we're going global as a company. And when you're looking at a company that's going to be in 100 countries, you have got to embrace social media. A lot of us hadn't even been on Facebook, but in the last 3 or 4 years. The reality is it's a great place to meet people. It's a socially networked environment. But this is the way I feel. And the lady on the picture, you can see her head being pulled out and her hair. That's kind of the way you feel when you first start, especially with Rodan & Fields, because we are a technology dermatology company. But the reality is you feel like you're overwhelmed. Oh, do I need to do LinkedIn? Do I need to do Google? Do I need to do Pinterest? Do I need to do Facebook? Do I need to do Twitter? The reality is there's a lot of different ways to reach out to people. You only need to get great at 1 or 2 of them. And I prefer to just do Facebook. I've got quite a bit of presence on LinkedIn, and I've even struggled with LinkedIn. Breeley, my 18-year-old, loves Instagram. She gets all her contacts and her leads from Instagram. The reality is you've got to find something that you like and just be consistent. Don't quit. Think of it as you've got to learn whatever that system is, be really, really great at it. And before we dive into Facebook, that's what we're really going to focus on today, and how to do image capturing. I'm going to show you at the end of the call how to do some real live things on Facebook. But remember, it's going to take some patience. You're going to take some time, and it's about being consistent. And don't be flaky. And I'm going to teach you some really important things. First off, let's start off with how is everybody creating all these cool images, things like that you're maybe a little jealous of, because how did she think of that, or I didn't think of that. Well, they're snipping their own images. And I'm going to tell you a secret with snipping. If you're on a PC or a regular computer, you're going to probably have a snipping tool embedded into your system. You're probably going to need to do a search. Go into your search system and type in snipping tool, SNIPPING tool. It's very, very important. Lost your voice. Let's see. I wonder if it's me. You think it's the system? Al? Sounds fine here. Okay. If it is, why don't Al dial back in? It could be a signal on your end too. Sometimes when it's like that, because everybody's saying it sounds real good. So the reality is when you're doing a snipping, the only thing I want you to definitely do is try it today. But you've got to make sure when you do a snipping image there's an options tab over on the right. You've got to make sure you drop down the options tab and change the ink color to black, or I technically do white. I always do white as my snipping image. And that's only on a PC. This is only on a PC. And I also always do rectangular snip. So those are two things you need to know when you're using a PC. On the Mac, it's a little bit different. You're going to do Command-Shift-4. Command-Shift-4 is how you do a Mac. And Command-Shift-4 works great for images. Like if I'm on my computer and I want to grab something, you just grab the corner and drag it, and it immediately saves it to your desktop. So it's kind of cool. You try it out. Either one is great if you have a PC or a Mac. But those are the two things that you've got to know if you're going to start doing some social media stuff. Command-Shift-4 or snipping tool. Another thing you might want to remember is a company called Canva. And I would appreciate if somebody would type this up in the search engine. I didn't put it as a slide, but Canva.com is probably one of the coolest and most unique tools for creating a really pretty image. Awesome, awesome, awesome. There's free, you can use the free templates, but they measure them. They're already pre-done for you, and all you do is slap in a picture, and you get the image of what you want. It's really, really neat service. Another service I used that I didn't do a slide for was RedStamp. If you've not used RedStamp I use on my cell phone. That's how I created the image last night on the Roadrunner with the horse. That's a RedStamp invite. They're great for reminders. They're great for if you're doing something with your preferred customers. You could create a RedStamp image that's like, I'm calling to check on you. Your monthly order's coming up. You could always have that image ready to go. It's a really cool way to do it. People pay attention to images, so just remember that. Let's move over to Facebook. So think about this. There's 1 billion people that are active on Facebook. More than 100 million people use Instagram every month. Those two things right there, you'll never, ever, 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 ever run out of people to communicate with. You'll never, ever, ever run out of anything that'll help you with your business. The reality is when we're building a business, it's all about people. And if you don't get in front of them, first off, that's the problem. We're not getting in front of them. And the other problem is maybe you're using social media the wrong way. Remember, there's two reasons why people go to social media. One is entertainment. They want to be entertained, and they're bored. I was sitting there at CVS yesterday picking up a prescription, and this lady in her I want to say she probably was in her late 50s. She's over there just perusing and commenting on Facebook, and I'm sitting there going, that's so funny. She's sitting here bored, so she's over on Facebook. She's trying to be entertained. She's checking out what's going on. Or they're going to Facebook or they're going to social media to solve a problem. The reality is friends are connecting with friends. That's the biggie. And then your job is to remember people don't want to be sold. They want to learn. They want to be part of a community. They want to feel a sense of belonging. They want to, that's the reason why people do social media. So get out of your head. You're not bothering people, but you're going to use it in the proper way. So the big thing is adding new audiences. I'm a big fan of adding 3 to 4 brand new connections every day. And I love, I don't know if Nicole will be on the phone, but she's over in Canada, and we were laughing because she's so good at immediately sending out a little link to somebody and saying, hey, I noticed you're a friend with my girlfriend in Chicago. I would just love to connect. And I'd love to just, get it. Basically, it's almost like she's asking to be her friend. And she says, you can put a couple of those out every day. People will connect with you. They want more friends. They want relationships. But the big thing is, whatever you start in social media, consistency, consistency, consistency. So remember, we talked about at the beginning, don't be overwhelmed with all the hype and all the information of all the different social media sites. You be consistent. Pick Facebook. If you're going to run with Facebook, go with Facebook. If you're going to do Instagram, be the best daggum Instagram person you can. Pinterest, I love Pinterest. I'm honestly not sure how I've been able to really build off Pinterest, but I've worked really hard to build my Pinterest page. some of these things, you've got to remember, if you're not using them, they won't be of any value to you. So whatever we're doing, make sure you've got value in whatever you're putting out there on the social media side. Add some humor. People love funny things. You can just go up to Google, type in "need funny video." You will find so many funny videos. Stephanie Cox is one of our reps in our downline. She loves animals. So I've never in my life seen anything but funny animal videos, and I love going to her posts. They're really cute. If you have needing inspiration, I think saying good morning every once in a while, or hey, good afternoon to all my Facebook friends. Have a great day. Check out the sunshine or the sunset. Think about things to be inspiration or things to make you happy. Smiling faces are always a great tool. Smiling female faces are even better, and puppies are even better. So anything to be fun. Testimonials, if you are going to do things online, testimonials are great. We have a ton of great testimonials about our skincare issues and skincare products, and I'll show you where those are at the end. Family, I believe firmly that you need to be real. Don't just plaster information about the company and Rodan & Fields. Be interactive. I know one of the girls put her kids in the bathtub, and they all had white faces from the Rodan & Fields scrub. And she took a cute picture of all their white faces with the little Rodan & Fields sitting on the bathtub thing. And she says, man, you can't stop these kids from using my stuff. I thought that was a great idea. So incorporate your family. You do want to have funny things, but make sure whatever content you're doing, it's relevant to your business or informational or helpful. That's the biggie. So I'm going to give you some examples. Here's something funny. When the sun finally went away, the sky needs some sunscreen. Don't be this guy. I scream, you scream, we all scream for RfX cream. It's back. That's a good one. You're drowning in products, and this was save our skin. We're all aging all the time. I can't read it because my thing's covered up. Don't need to look like that. So, it's talking about spring and the little duck. I like this one. It's got a little guinea pig. It says, looking for someone to be a guinea pig for an idea? I have related to Rodan & Fields, minimal time on your part, and of course, I'll pay you with free stuff. Who's interested? She's probably got quite a bit of comments off that one. So I may not weigh what I need to get back into my old cheerleading uniform for the 20th reunion, but at least I'm happy with my skin these days. That's kind of cute. So, there's certain things about ways to share. Blown away. She's talking about a teaching salary. She's been able to make some great money with her trip and go on a 4 months of our mortgage or pay for a 4-night cruise at Disney. So these are all ways people have shared that are kind of like giving information, but you're not overwhelmed with information. I like this one. She actually had a person give a testimonial, which was awesome. I have never been brave enough to do the experiment of eye cream on only one eye, but grateful some people will do it. Best eye cream out there, proof. And Nicole put, proof is in the pudding, so they say. I've been using my multifunction eye cream for RNF. Only on one side can you tell which one. Oh, my gosh, what a difference. So all of these comments are testimonials. She's sharing, but she's not selling. She's quietly selling. She's just telling them we got a great product. It's no different than if you were at a great restaurant and you had great steak or you had a great pasta meal. You're going to say something, like you're going to brag to your friends about it. So don't think of it like you're selling per se. You're sharing. You're just sharing great stories. That's one reason why you need your before and after pictures. So social networking, the company itself has some incredible information. What I would recommend is you definitely go and get LinkedIn to all the social media that corporate has to offer. And I will put up today a link for all of those on our Roadrunner site. There's the IRF page. There's our social media, I think Team Rockin' Robins. The corporate office has sites, the nursing hotline, all of that you can use. So makes a difference. So the big thing is why social media strategies fail. Traditionally, they don't have a strategy. They're not consistent. They're using the same old message. You want to turn messages into conversations. So something that was really brilliant. I saw it maybe 4 or 5 months ago. Somebody put out there a picture of somebody with freckles, and they said, do you think you're born with freckles or not? Whoever comments, I'm going to do a drawing for 5 free sample packets. And everybody started commenting. And, of course, she put them in a drawing and then did a video afterwards and told them the answer. No, you're not born with freckles. That's sun damage. And as you age, they get worse. So it was relatable, it was conversation, and it asked a question. It's no different than, you think of how President Obama was elected. They used power of social media. Dell, I know there's a book out there, Shift in How Business is Conducted. It's talking about the groundswell by Charlene Lai, Josh Bernoff. 33 People in the Room by Juliet Powell. All of these it's almost like social media has been a whole business in itself, and people don't realize how important it is to start now building their business for Australia, building their business for Japan, building their business for Canada. I mean, if you don't have a housing unit to start understanding those relationships, one relationship can make you a multimillionaire in one country. Me and Brent have a theory, and our theory is this. If we're going to 100 countries as a company, and I just want to keep doing what I'm doing, I may not be that amazing rock star like you see as some of these leaders that are just powwowing through the business. You don't have to be an expert to know not everybody's going to do that. But one thing you can do is think about it this way. What if you could focus on one leader or one person in a country, and you focus on making $1,000 in reoccurring revenue in one country? Wouldn't that be nice if you were in 100 countries? That's $100,000 a month. Remember, we're in this for the long term. You didn't get into Rodin and Fields for some get-rich-quick. This is going to be a baby, consistent process. So we want to build our funnel. We want to keep learning how to follow up. Follow-up is key in this business. You need to plan some type of accountability, whether you're doing it weekly or you're doing it monthly or you're working with a teammate. To me, the most important part of our business is follow-up and accountability. So let's remember, build, prospecting, train, and plan and accountability. So Facebook, I'm going to tell you, there's 2 things you can do with Facebook. We're not going to go heavy into the Facebook group, but I have had some people that cannot go out and just start promoting their business online. They're a little nervous, they're a little scared. I have found setting up a Facebook group works also. Remember, there's multiple ways to build this business, but let me describe what a Facebook group is. Facebook group is a private area you can create that only the people that are on that group can see what's going on. So let me tell you 2 ways Facebook groups work really, really well. And if you want to screenshot, this was just an example of what I use for my welcome page on my group page. Some people use their Facebook group as a way to put customers in that they're currently servicing. Meaning, I have a group of customers, like I know Barbie Bass, she's an RfX leader with me. She has her own group, and she uses that group for all her preferred customers. She has about 100, 150 people in that group, and what she does is she gives them offers, she gives them information, she tells them fun facts and neat things going on in the industry, like the Dr. Tim video that just came out. That would be a great place to show your preferred customers. They might be more interested in more product. But the reality, a Facebook group is very unique. So if you set up a secret Facebook group, and it needs to be secret, you can only add 249 people to that group. Remember that. Because if you go over 249, you don't have the ability to see the people who comment. And those comments are very, very valuable to you. I'll share with you why in a minute. Name it. You're going to need to come up with a name for your Facebook group. I happen to do Rodin and Fields by Leigh. I think Breeley did one that says love, laugh, learn, and hang out with great skin or something cute. You can come up with whatever name you want as long as it's available. But the most important part of this is you're going to invite people into these private groups, and you're going to have to make sure you send them a message. So when they come into the private group, I've always pinned a post. If you don't know what that means, we'll get with somebody who does with Facebook, but you can pin a post to that page, so the minute they come into that page, it immediately has that pin to the top. And we'll show you that a little bit here. You always want to remember to add them to the private page. And I always do about 2 messages a week in that private page. I don't do tons of messages in that page. I do 2 a week, meaning I share data, I share a special, I may share a giveaway. But this is a private group of people, whereas if I'm going to send a message that I'm going to give away a free eye cream, I don't want to send it to everybody on my public page because they may already be in Rodan and Fields. They may be people you don't know. You're sending it to people that are already under somebody else in Rodan and Fields. You don't realize those relationships. So a private group really controls that. So set up a secret group, add a welcome post to the top, and then we're going to private message them if you've added them to the group. And I'm going to show you how I do that. And I always do a couple things. So here's what I did. I came up with my page, and I just put welcome. And then when they come to the page, they immediately see, hey, welcome to my Rodan and Fields page. I wanted to have a special place that I could share our incredible products, special sales, before and afters, and my excitement of my business all in one place. I promise not to post 5 times a day or anything, but please, if you are not interested in learning about our products or business, feel free to remove yourself. It's real simple. On the page, click members, find your name, and go to the circle setting thing and remove you from the group. So it just tells you what to do. I'm not trying to, I actually invite them, and I always ask them. Like I met a girl a couple weeks ago, and we met in the grocery, and I said, you know what, we need to become friends, but she talked about skincare, and I said, you've got to be on my private page. I'm always giving out great stuff. And so I've added her. Well, since then, she's private messaged me. She goes, I need to know more about what this company is about. These are pretty cool products. I thought that was really neat. So I do remember, this is on your formal page. Like this is what I do on my regular page. This is not what I do on my group page. So my private group, I only do twice a week. But on my daily activity, I consistently share things all the time on my personal Facebook page. Personal Facebook page, I'm always doing stuff. So share, don't sell, and add new people daily. That's very, very important. So let's move on to some daily activities. We talk about daily activities a lot, and we talk about this business being a numbers game. Well, the more you can private message and send simple messages to people, the more options you'll have for people coming on board or maybe listening to you. Remember, our number one goal so it's a numbers game. So when I'm sharing, I want to know my target market. Maybe your target market is a small group. Maybe you're involved in a cheerleading group. Or maybe you've got a book club. Or maybe you're part of an alumni association. Join every group you possibly can. Now, that is on LinkedIn and Facebook. So make sure you're involved in those groups, whatever background group you've been in. I happen to love garage sales. So there are so many great garage sale groups that I've joined. I've met some wonderful people, and that's when I've reached out to a few of them, talked to them and said, hey, has anybody ever talked to you about Rodan and Fields? I'd love to share a few minutes what I'm doing. Great for men groups. I've found that a lot of the money pages work. Entrepreneur Magazine, there's a lot more men involved. Great place to share some of the incredible results. Men are very vain. They do not tell you that, but sometimes our men are some of our best customers. I know Tammy Fugit has a tremendous amount of male customers in her database, and the wild part is they trust her much more than they would trust going to a store. So, you look at it, most people you've got to realize, even if they don't become your customer now, you've got time and age on your side. People want to look better. I mean, you think about it, Tina Turner, I can't remember how old she is, so I might have to post it up there, but I think she's like 70 or 80. I mean, she looks fantastic. People don't look their age anymore. Nobody wants to look old. I mean, come on. How many people ever say, I don't mind getting old. I don't mind if my eyes look bad. The thing about it is we have to educate people. It really doesn't matter what you do in your 20s. It doesn't really matter what you do in your 30s. But when you start hitting late 40s, everything starts changing. So why not capture these people, start conversations, gather them in a group, and we're going to show you how important that is on your Facebook page. So remember, consistency, add new contacts. loyal customers don't just happen overnight. It takes 10 to 12 touches sometimes to get a client to come over to your side. So remember how important that is. So let's move on to, I'm not going to do accountability. We're going to skip that today, but I will tell you let me go back up. I love the Art of Inviting call list. It's in the back office. I use this every single day. I have a clipboard. In my clipboard, I write Monday or whatever day it is at the top of the left. And I make sure every single day I fill out these lines. For people that are working full-time, it's perfect for you because you can track what you're doing, because you could work all day long and feel like you're never getting ahead. And if you're not actually calling or doing private messaging where you're actually physically reaching out to people, you're going to be lost. You need some accountability with yourself that you're working. Remember, we don't have a boss. There's nobody sitting over you. Your own responsibility is doing income-producing activities. Just because you're posting on Facebook, limit your time or limit some of that. Posting and doing all that is not making you any money. The only way you really, really, really make money is physically doing a private message to somebody and saying, hey, when can we chat? I've got something I really want to share with you. Or I've got something that's really interesting. You live in Chicago. I'm actually working the Chicago market. Do you have a few minutes to talk? But I'm telling you, the only way to do that is you need to track your own activity. I track my own activity. And remember, 80% of what we do should be your own business. Yes, you can train. Yes, you can help others. But you need to be on your own personal recruiting. And I use that sheet a lot. From a language standpoint, private messaging is very important. And I'm big on the list. So if you've not started your list and sat down with a pen and paper, write out people you've not contacted. One of the best ways to contact people, and I think it's immediate, I think it's probably one of the most powerful tools we have, is text messaging. People respond to a text message pretty quick. You can also private message on Facebook. That's also an amazing tool. But you've got to start your list. You've got to write it down with a pen and paper. Don't house it on your cell phone. Don't house it on an Excel spreadsheet. Write it down. There is something magic when you write it down. There's just something magic. So focus on your areas of where you're at, your geographical areas. I tend to focus on my own zip code. I focus on my own town. I try to do things within 50 miles of my home and my state. Now, I will tell you, some areas of the country, maybe not so great for skincare, maybe not so great for the business. It doesn't really matter. If you're going to work a market, find a market that you like and a market that you can work with. Like for me, Texas is absolutely huge. There's 6.4 million people in my backyard. It makes no business sense not to be working Texas. And if you're in my downline, if you work Texas and you find somebody, it's even better because I can help them. I'm in Dallas. So find those areas you want to focus on. Remember, plan to do business. There's people out there that need what we've got. But remember, social media can be overwhelming, and I don't want you to be overwhelmed. So we're going to move on to actually physical Facebook size stuff. So there's a couple things on Facebook I want you to make sure you're doing. And I'm going to go check the messages here. Here we go. Okay, we're going to go into Facebook, and the number one thing you need to do immediately is start locking up your friends account. You're a brand new rep, and let me show you how important it is. Okay, so go to your screen right here. I'm on my main page. Do you see right here on the top right corner, you'll see something that has a lock feature. I want you to go down to Settings. And once you're in Settings, it's really, really important we do two things. One is we want to turn on our notifications. You want to turn on your notifications. And let's do Okay, hold on one second. Thought I knew where that was. Hold on 1 minute. Star 6 or unmute if anybody knows exactly where I'm looking for. I'm looking for the notifications for friends. Here it is. Okay, we got to go to the main page. You got to go back to your main page. Your main page. Okay, here we go. Do you see where it says Friends? Okay, when you click Friends, all of a sudden it's going to pop up over here to the right. Do you see where it says manage? The way you'll know that you're open to the public is you could go look at your page, and you don't want anybody to see the friends you have unless you want them on there. So see where it says edit, privacy settings, friend list. Who can see my friends? Only me. That's really, really, really critical. Who can see the people and lists you follow? Only me. Who can see your followers on your timeline? Friends. The thing about this is you do not want other companies or other Rodan and Fields people, not that it has happened a lot, but the minute you get welcomed into the Rodan and Fields family, you got to realize there's a lot of people that might know your friends, and you don't want them sharing with your friends before you get a chance. So if you say only me under the Friends tab, so remember, go to Friends, go here to the little pencil, Manage, go to Edit Privacy. I only want my friends to see what I'm doing. Only me. It's critical. Only me. Only me for following. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second thing we want to do is I want you to make sure if you're adding your friends to our team page, we have a page called Roadrunner Club. It's where me and Brent share every bit of information we know. It's a great place to invite new people. They get excited. We have team challenges on there. But when you come into Roadrunners, you're already a member. Make sure you enter your new person's name. I can't add them to the group. So only add people that are in our downline. I don't add Crossline or anybody else in Rodan and Fields. I just add my teammates. Because if we're going to give a promotion or, like people win the congratulations for the Elite Club, or we just came up with a brand new BombBomb template for everybody. Well, the things that I'm creating only are for you. And these are all things just for you. So remember, when we create this, I don't want your competitors to know what we're doing. That's really, really important. And I wouldn't add my customers to Roadrunner because it's a business page. This is just exclusively for reps. Great question. This is just exclusively for reps. But now let me show you, and if you've never played with your Facebook page right here, see where it says pages and groups, more? You can create your own group right here. See where it says create a group? And you can go create your own group. If you're a rep and you want to create your own little team group page, this is where you would go, create a group. I've created Rodan and Fields by Leigh. Here's my page. Welcome to the Rodan and Fields family. Remember, you can only have 249 on this page. You can create multiple ones. But remember, this is very important because these are people I'm trying to reach out to. I want to add them to my business. Here's something I was teaching them about retinol, and I wanted to talk about retinol and the differences. You may want to show before and after pictures. These are only people seeing this. They're not going to my public page. Remember, you can do it on your public page or you can do it on a private group. It's just another form of marketing. Remember, these are people I want to come into business with me. Maybe these are people that I want to share information with. I want to be a giver of information. But remember, it's not necessary you have a group page. A lot of people, I do a lot of my business on my personal page. I share before and afters on my personal page. I share family. I share neat stories. I share stories about Rodan and Fields. Remember, we don't have to just put it on a group page. We can do it on both. So I know some people don't want to do groups. That's fine. I'm just giving you options. Let's also talk real quickly about notifications. One thing you want to make sure you're doing is if you're going to be part of a team or a group and everybody has their own groups, maybe they're part of, make sure you turn on notifications right here. See where it says notifications, all post? Because when something happens in the team page, y'all comment. Make sure you're putting out there, congratulations. You want your teammates to be congratulated. Congratulate them. When you see great things happen and people got on the Elite Club this month, congratulate them. We just got new Destiny Douglas, brand new girl coming on the team. Everybody welcomed. Make sure you like it, thank them, congratulate them. Make people feel special because when you bring on somebody, you want them to feel special. but make sure you comment. It helps the whole team. It helps build camaraderie, and you want your people to be just as passionate when you bring on somebody new. So it really makes a new person feel special. So remember, add new people, add people to the page, that type of thing. And here's that red stamp we talked about this morning. This is an example of the red stamp. And the cool thing about red stamp is it's easy to do. It's simple. You can create anything you want, and it's really a great way for people to see a nice visual. Okay, so let's go to some questions. I got a face washer. Let's do it. Okay, so let's do this. Let's start first with, I want to show people how to do a private message and make sure you're able to do that. So I'm going to show you something really simple. I'm going to go to my sister's page. Now, my sister, promise you she's not hid her friends, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to go to Wendy Kane, my sister. If I click on her friends right there, I can immediately see everybody she has in her database. Everybody she has in her database. And me and her have the same friends, so a lot of these. But do you see where it says add a friend, add a friend, add a friend? That means she does not have her friends locked up. I can go in here and start friending her friends. Well, the thing about that is a lot of times the people you know that you love, you've got a lot of mutual friends. So it's easy to go over here and add. Let me just go see who I know that I could add as a friend that she knows. Maybe I don't have as a friend. Liz, Linda, Barbie Books, don't know her. But I'm going through looking for people that I do know that I want to be friends with. Rachel, I think Rachel's my girlfriend's friend. So I'm going to say hi to Rachel. I'm going to send Rachel a friend request. Only because she's my sister's friend from a girlfriend. I haven't said anything to her. I haven't even said hi to her. She doesn't even know what I do. Everybody that you're looking for happy, smiley faces. Who would you want to do business with? That's a mom. Let's see what friends she has. She has Wendy and my sister. I'm going to add her as a friend. Worst thing she can say is no. Chrissy Wheeler, I know her from church. These are people that I haven't even reached out to, but they're under my sister's friends. My sister's not going to do business, and my sister would help me if I needed any of these people to say, would you give her a call? I'd love to say hi to her. Remember, your job is to be social. You want to invite new friendships, new relationships, new conversations. So go through other friends, especially if you go have a mom or a dad or somebody that maybe you've got friendships with. Go through there and find out if you know any of them. That's a great way to do it. And remember, join groups. One thing I do, see the Frisco area online garage sales, great way to meet new people. People put things out, and you can go, oh, I like that, and you comment, you start a conversation with them. I have many a times signed up customers off of just conversations. Oh, what do you do? Where do you live in Frisco? And I'd say, oh, that's a cute whatever, whatever. The deal is this. Your job is to be social. That's what social media does. So don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Worst thing they can do is not be your friend. I mean, they can reject you. So let's say I want to send a friend request to maybe I want to share a conversation with somebody. Let's go over here to Pam. Let's see. Donna. I'm going to go right to my Donna Nivens is my aunt. Haven't talked to her in a little bit. I know she's moving. I know she's building a new house, but I want to talk to her about skincare. So I'm going to do a message right here. I added Donna to my private group. It says, hi, Donna. I sure do miss you. I'm so excited about my company. I created this new page. Just to let you know, I just added you to follow along on my Rodan and Fields journey, share dermatological skincare tips and special giveaways to my special friends. Obviously, I'm super excited about it, but if you prefer not to be part of it, just go to the join button at top and unjoin yourself. Thank you. Hope you have a super week. And she said, I love you. You make me smile. And I'm going to start a conversation. Go ahead and talk to her in a while. How is the move with love? And talk. Okay, that's it. That's all you're trying to do is start a conversation. I didn't say Rodan and Fields. I didn't say, anything weird. I just said, hey, I'd love to chat. There's nothing wrong with starting conversations. Nothing wrong. Also, there's an incredible search feature. Let's say the doctors are working Dallas, Texas, and we want to find people in the Dallas, Texas area. You can look at groups that do that, like Dallas, Texas business listings. I don't know what that is, but I want to find out what it's about. I've already joined the group. They're talking about business type things. They're advertising. So there's people out there advertising. So this theme park, or Barbara Murdoch joined my team today. So she's trying to do something with Plexus. She did that. Let's see what date she did. She's in South Carolina. So you want to start conversations even with people that are in network marketing. I'm going to tell you what I do. I just say, hey, Barbara, I'm going to click right here, find out where she's at. She's in South Carolina. We're doing a trade show with, I think, Laura over in that area, so it'd be a great conversation. I could start with her. If I can get it to open. I'm going to private message her. Say, hey, how is the South Carolina market doing for you? Are you familiar with the women's show coming up? Are you going to be doing that? Well, that's a conversation between me and her. She does Plexus. I do Rodan and Fields. You can cross-market with people. I have many people I've met that I cross-market with, meaning I support whatever they're doing. I may say, cool or like, and then I'm able to visit with them. I don't know why it's not letting me open up her page. Oh, here it is, Barbara Murdoch. So we're not friends at all. She is in Chesterfield in South Carolina, from Wadesboro, North Carolina. My internet is going super slow. I don't know if y'all can see this. But if I private message her, it'll go into her other folder. So I'm going to actually just send her a message. I'm going to add her as a friend, and I'm going to add message, say, hello, Barbara. Saw you are from South Carolina. I'm going to be there in a few months. A few questions about the women's show. And I'm just starting a conversation. Are you planning to have a booth? Thanks, Leigh from Dallas. I don't know this person, but we can start a conversation. You never know where the conversation will go. So, hello, Barbara. Saw you were from South Carolina. I'm going to be there in a few months. Have a few questions about the women's show. Are you planning to have a booth? Question. It's just the start of a conversation. I don't know who she is. We have no mutual friends. I can see her friends, by the way. Let's see if she's locked up her friends. She has. So I can't see any of her friends except mutual friends we have. So the reality of this business, the way it works, is be social. Start conversations. You never, ever, 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 ever will run out of friendships. Ever. You'll never. And if you take our advice and start posting daily, start sharing daily, start giving, you're going to start these incredible conversations. So let's open up the phone lines real quick. I know we've got a lot of other direct sellers give great support and comment on my pages. Great, Laura. Great point. So what Laura is saying, she says she's gotten to be friends with some of these direct sellers. So let's say you and I post, let's say I'm going to post something today. I'm going to post maybe something about, let's see what I'm going to post today. I'm going to post this one. I'm going to say something about want to fill those wrinkles without going to the doctor. Without going to the doctor, I have 2 free patches. I'm away today. Private message me. First 2. Okay. So first 2 people will win. So I'm going to basically send out I'm going to send out some free patches. And people go, well, what's that? What's that? What's this comb? Want to fill those wrinkles without going to the doctor? I have 2 free patches I'm giving away today. So they don't even know what I'm talking about. They're not sure about it, but at least I'm sharing a little bit of information. And if somebody probably messages me, I'm going to send them a little information. I'm going to ask for their phone number. I'm going to say, well, let me tell you what they do first so you know how to use them. Because it's a conversation. It's just a conversation. Okay, so let's open up the phone lines. We've kind of gone through some of the basics. I know there's a lot of questions because we went through groups, we went through private pages, we went through social media. So let's open it up real quick. If you get a lot of background noise,
all callers are muted. All callers are unmuted.
Okay, we might have a lot of background noise, so if you do, *6 or mute, you're going to be on a live call. So anybody have anything? I know, Laura, you just mentioned that you friend other direct sellers, and then they comment on your post, because you don't want 15 people to comment on your post, and they're all Rodan and Fields people. So, great point. Did you start the conversations with them? Like, I've actually had lots of conversations with my friends that are in other direct sales companies.
Hey, Leigh. Yes. I've actually joined a training group, and so I'm a member of a private group that teaches us about social media. And my page, I've gotten more likes on my page and helping me learn about, because it's so confusing.
It is. It's like, I'm overwhelmed. Well, you were new to the social media side, so how have you really learned a good approach? Have you been really, I know you get a lot of customers that way, but have you learned how to use it successfully?
I think that what you said in the training today is the most important thing. We're serving. We're not selling. We're sharing. And if people see a need for our products, then we can help them. Mm-hmm. So I'm not forcing it on people. I'm offering it to people and telling them a little bit about stuff.
Let me show everybody a place you definitely want to make sure you're a member of. It's the IRF page. It's what corporate actually puts out. And remember, the deal with Rodan and Fields is you're trying to share. And I've had people go, well, can I borrow that post or can I use that post? The etiquette of Rodan of social media is when somebody posts something really great. So let's say, let me go to somebody. I know. Oops, I hear a little one. Okay, let's go to, I'm just going to go to Romy New Steps. She always has some good stuff. Okay, so if I go to Romy New Steps. So here's one from Romy. So if I like something that she's doing, feeling like you have attention span of a gnat, or stop being afraid of what's going wrong and being excited about what could go right. So maybe I like that, and I'm going to put so true, something that gives her accolades on her page. If you comment and put a picture, you actually end up with a better higher on the search engine. So help them, okay? So always help if you're going to grab something from somebody. So what I do is I never, ever take and push share. Never. Because if you push it, it goes back to her page. I'm going to actually pick this picture. I'm going to do Command-Shift-4 because I have a Mac. I grab that image, and I am going to grab a little bit of what she said, and I'm going to make it my own. I copy it, and then I'm going to take it, and I'm going to put it on my Facebook page. And I have 3 pages. So I have one that's a business page. I have one that's more of a reach-out page. So I actually use it here. I'll put it right here. I'm going to put it right here. And I'm going to grab that image. I'm going to put it right here. How about we kick off March Transforming Our Mindset, shall we? I'm in. And I'm going to do something with hashtags. Now, if you're not familiar with hashtags, you're going to need to learn some training on hashtags. Hashtags make it easy to find things and find others. And I'm going to pay Love March. I'm going to put a hashtag Start Today. And I'm going to do a hashtag Love My Life. And I'm going to put Be My Own Boss. Because there's going to be a lot of people that those things relate to. So I just published it. But did you notice I didn't share it from her page? I just actually grabbed the picture and then did it. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? But I commented before I took it. Make sure you comment on other people's stuff. I know Team Rockin' Robins is another part that you want to make sure you're on their page. She does a great job. She honors people. She's got great information, you know, neat things that you can put out there. Another thing you could go to is it's RF Connection, guys? Is it RF Connection? I think it's called RF Connection. Anybody know other? I know we do a lot of stuff on RF Connection. Does anybody know of any other website on that?
Well, just like you said before, the Rodan and Fields itself.
So, well, as I thought they had a website. I thought they had a Facebook page. Maybe they don't. I normally go to the corporate website and check out what they have under Pulse quite a bit because there's great new stuff. And did y'all see, I'm going to real quickly show y'all, if y'all did not see this, the new marketing pieces that the company came up with are fantastic. So go into your Pulse, go into the far left corner, go to Communication Corner, and I'm telling you, some of this new marketing things they've come up with are phenomenal. So I love the new one, like the glow is beautiful, you know, talking about the self-tanner. I love summer, tan of spring. And if you just want to share it, you click on the shareable content, get your summer tan on the first day of spring. You go to next, it immediately goes right to your Facebook page. So you just click that. You can download it or you can snip it. Remember how we talked about snipping? That's a great one to snip or grab it, Command-Shift-4. But if I don't want to do that, I can go straight to Facebook, share it on Facebook. I ordered 2. I'm ready to look skinny. And that's a joke. I ordered 2. I'm ready to look skinny. Because when you're tan, you look skinny. That's kind of what I was thinking. So, you know, remember I said be funny. Don't be selling. Just be funny. So when I go to my Facebook page, there it is. I ordered 2. I'm ready to look skinny. They're going to go, what the heck is she talking about? So do you see how important it is to use things? So if somebody wants to use that, don't go to share, snip it, and then grab my thing. Comment on mine, so it helps me comment, helps me higher on the search engine. Remember, when you add a picture, it makes it go higher on somebody's page. And for people that are new, if you tag your upline or you tag one of your leaders, I'll see it and I'll comment on it. So it's really important because tons of things you're not going to see. I've got lots of leaders. I never see their stuff. So unless you go to their page, like I'll pick on Amy Smith because I know she does a lot of stuff on social media, or Amy Rose. So Amy comes up with great stuff. One of my favorite books is The 4 Agreements of Don whoever. So I love that. So I'm going to like it. Need that for the cruise. I'm commenting on her stuff. Need it for the cruise. I'm going to grab it. And remember, you're going to snip it. You're going to snip it or you do Command-Shift-4. I'm going to post that out and just say, hey, Command-Shift. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to go put it on my page, my other page. So you got to realize marketing is all about sharing, giving great tips, and I'll put on there it's Amy's favorite book or something. Got to go get this book.
Hey,
I trust Amy. Yes, ma'am.
I'd just like to add on that previous the sun tanner communications. They also have it as a email signature, and I use that. I love the new look for spring for your email signature.
Oh, that's right, for people who have never seen that. Okay, so let me show you what that is. So see how, guys, you're sharing, you're commenting. You know, you can do I don't want to do more than 20 or 25 minutes a day on Facebook, though. I'm telling you, it can suck you in like the black hole. So be really careful. Now, when I say 20, 25 minutes posting and doing things that are kind of starting conversations, that's different than me going over here private messaging somebody and having a conversation. You can do private messaging and conversations all day. That's activities that make money. Posting like this is just sharing. You're sharing data, you're sharing information, you're being a giver. And what Laura is saying is when you go back to Pulse, and you go back to the communication corner, what she said is they've come up with a beautiful, is it right here, Facebook signature?
Yeah, right to the right. Right where you are. Look on the right, on the screen, right where you just picked the picture.
Oh, right there. Okay. Oh, I love that. So the way you would do this is you would schedule it in your signature page. You have to go in here and put your name, your phone number, all your information, and go to next. It'll actually create you a document you just drop into your signature page on your Google or your Yahoo or whatever. So every time you send something out, you've got your website, and it's a beautiful thing. That's gorgeous. I have not seen that. Thank you. Thank you. Any questions? I know we've got the phone lines open. I've shared way more information than somebody probably needs, but it's good to hear it over, and it's a good refresher. Anybody want to ask questions? Come on. If you're new, I know we've shared a lot. Yeah.
Leigh, this is Elizabeth. I can't seem to get the communication corner to open in Pulse. It just has the FAQs and the how-to guide. And
are you going to the dashboard? Are you going over here to the dashboard, see where it says communication corner?
Oh, no, I was in BizDev Library.
Yeah, I bet that's more just informational right here. I think I would go to the dashboard and go from the dashboard. You know, they're in the middle of restabilizing our back office, so there's a lot of information that's going to change. But remember, communication corner is probably the best way. You know, and there is something else that we don't talk about a lot, but it's awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. As you go to Team Tools, put in the word team in the search feature. Big Team Tools is a company that's outside of Rodan and Fields, but they've really created some amazing content. So if you wanted to go in there and kind of get some ideas, you can order these if you were going to do an invitation or something. But I like the fact that they're always coming up with cute ideas, holiday ideas. You can order it. They've got conversation starters, decide today what you're going to do, skin independence, the sun is coming, give yourself great skin. Another place that is awesome, like this is IRS. This is a great one for right now because it's tax time. Are your wrinkles, sun damage, acne, or sensitivity to taxing? Maybe it's time to learn how to get your own IRS incredibly radiant looking skin. Come learn why the best investment for your refund is you. I love that. It's a cute little thing. So what you could do is snip it and kind of change it, make it your own. These are actually templates that you can't change, and they're theirs. But if you wanted to, you could change it up and play with it or do whatever. But they're cool. So if you wanted to snip it, just so you had a great idea, and then you can go play with that idea and maybe find a little bit of something fun to do with that for tax season. So there's some cool stuff. We're always creating good stuff. I will tell you, Google is my friend. I just put in Rodan and Fields. Whenever I need something, I can just put in Rodan and Fields, and everything you can think of under images will pop up. There's tons of great creative people out there, and you can grab some of these images. They look good. They're pretty. You know, just awesome, awesome people out there that know how to create stuff. So I like this one, whoever came up with this one, Women in Business at Home. 14,000 of U.S. businesses, are women. 51% of women are home-based. 4,167,000 businesses are owned by women. 11.6% of income is female-owned. That's pretty cool to know. So if you click it, it's going to take you back to their website. So it's going to take you back to Jerry Crabtree. She had that in her Pinterest. But what I would do is when I find something cool, if you do Command plus, it'll make it a little bit bigger as an image. If you're in a PC, I think you just plus the screen. But you grab that image, you snip it, and then you can use that image to just have a conversation. And if I go back to Facebook, I may start the conversation with, did you know that many women are doing business? Just start a conversation. Any other questions, guys? I know I'm sharing a lot, and I know there's got to be some more questions. Anybody have anything they want to share?
There's a viewer, Leigh, that asked about the signature.
Okay.
I couldn't see it.
On the signature. Now, do you mean let me put this out here and I'll show you. But did you know that? Okay. Viewer for the signature. Okay, so let's go back. I'll go back to wrote-in and fields real quick. Do you know the question on that? Like, was it they wanted to know how to do it?
Says, I couldn't see the signature info you were talking about.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so go back over to Communication Corner in the back office of your Pulse, and when it pops up, and my internet is going so slow, so I'm so sorry. Okay. When you come into Communication Corner, there's this all. You can click all. There's invitations for business. There's Facebook covers. There's email signatures. I would pick email signatures, and it'll immediately pull up all the different signatures that are available on your email. So right now, what if your favorite dermatologist made house calls? That's one. This one's an acute care signature, and this one's the summer tan of spring. So basically, whatever one you click it, and then go through the steps to make it personalized. So you would put consultant's name. And by the way, because of the way our company's set up, I've gotten to where I put my ID number on everything. So wherever you could fit that in there, like maybe you would put ID number here. Because I've just, you know how there's lots of Jane Does and there's a lot of people that are the same name. Well, your ID number is exclusively to you. So just in case somebody was on the corporate website and they wanted to place an order, you do want to make sure your ID number is handy. So I'm going to put my website right here. You're going to fill it in just like you would normally fill in your name, your information, and phone number. Make sure you put that. And your email address so they can get a hold of you. Okay. And so once I do that, it's ready to go. And once you do that, you go to next. It'll immediately auto-populate your information and create the actual template for you to drop in. So here's my template. It's got my name. I don't know my ID number, but just whatever you want to put there. You could put, you know, I'm all about great skin. I mean, you could put a comment right there. Wherever those fields are, you can fill it in. But I would definitely put my ID number just in case people are going to order it. So there's the design. And then all you do is download and save it, or you can drop it to Facebook, or you can tweet this. So there's lots of ways to share it. So you can create a new design and go back. Okay? Any other questions? I think that's giving you plenty to think about, plenty to work on today. I want to thank everybody and get with somebody who's much more talented on Facebook if you had a lot of questions. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. Anybody? Okay. So basically, guys, start taking the time to play with Facebook. Like I said, I'm telling you, there's such a wealth of information. It's awesome. So have a great Saturday. Enjoy. Play around with what we talked about. Use the snipping tool. Use the Command Shift 4. And this will be recorded so you can go back if you missed something. So have a great day. I'll pop it up here in a few minutes. Thank you, guys.